Hey, what is up everyone? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to today's video where I'm going to be discussing what the future holds for LEGO video games. So this is taking a bit of a turn and changing the video content up a bit, as I have been doing a lot on LEGO Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga, and as we all know, content and news is very dry for LEGO Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga at the minute, so I thought why not do a video about, well, future LEGO games. What could happen, what will they be like, and what could they be? So before we jump into the video, if you're new around here, welcome to the channel. I am DL Elite Hub and I do things on all LEGO video games, and I'm currently keeping everyone up to date with all the new news that comes out about LEGO Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga. If that is something then you are interested in, then be sure to join the movement in the army by clicking that subscribe button and turning that notification bell on. And also, if you enjoy this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. Lastly, before we jump into the video, if you want to keep up to date with the channel, be sure to follow me on my Twitter and Instagram, as I keep updates on there. And if you want to be a part of the community and talk to me a bit more and talk to other users in the community, be sure to come and join my Discord. We talk about all sorts of things, including Star Wars, LEGO games, future games, and just general chat, so come and join along. Anyway guys, without further ado, let's jump straight into the video. So as I mentioned at the start of the video, we're going to be discussing and talking about the future of LEGO video games, what it can entail, obviously discussing a new engine, what games and titles could come into it, or even new franchises, what we could be expecting, and how it's going to be, and also what it's going to be like. So first of all, let's talk about some possible titles. Personally, I think in the future we're going to be getting some more LEGO Marvel games. I've done a video on LEGO Marvel Infinity Saga. That would be a huge game. There would be so many missions, obviously including all the movies to do with the MCU, and there would just be loads and loads of characters as well, so that could work, but I won't go too deep into that because I've done a video on it already, so feel free to go check that out, but there's a load more as well. Another LEGO game I would like to pop up would be a LEGO Batman 4. I've really enjoyed the first three, they were great games, especially number 2, LEGO Batman 2 DC Superheroes was a fantastic game. It introduced talking to the characters like voice actors. I think that was the first game that did that. Let me know if I'm wrong, I'm pretty sure it is, but I could be wrong. And it also started to introduce free roam as well, where you could fly around Arkham as like Superman, you could be Batman, you could be any of the characters. There's a great roster as well. Obviously you could be speedsters like the Flash, which I found really fun, and it was just great. You had all these different DC characters and the story was really good as well, and I just enjoyed how that game started to bring more to LEGO video games. So just to pick up on what I said there, I said that LEGO Batman 2 started to bring more to LEGO video games, and I feel we're hitting that stage again where it's going to bring even more to it with LEGO Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga. When more games and more games come out for a franchise such as LEGO, it starts to develop more and more, and we see changes in bits of LEGO video games, and then there will be a massive change, and LEGO Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga is going to have massive changes. Obviously we have engine changes, we have all these new gameplay features that are coming as well, and also we got to mention the fact that next gen consoles are coming as well. But before we dive into that, let's just continue to talk about what games we could be getting. So there's a range of different games. I've seen loads of people talking about stuff like LEGO Stranger Things, LEGO Doctor Who, maybe even a brand new franchise coming to the LEGO franchise, such as LEGO James Bond, maybe LEGO Star Trek. Maybe even introducing some games that were from LEGO Dimensions, such as LEGO Beetlejuice, and also LEGO Doctor Who was in that anyway, so there's loads of different things and different games that could be coming to LEGO. Obviously that is all down to TT and WB Games, but it's just, you know, it's fun to speculate what we could get and putting our ideas out there as well. So I won't go on about what games we could get in the future, as we could be here all day. I mean all day, I've got tons of ideas. I did a video on the top 5 LEGO games I would like to see in the future, so you can go check that out. But for now, let's start to talk about what the future could hold. So the first thing I want to talk about is the fact that there's going to be loads of different gameplay features and a new engine. So when LEGO Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga drops, as soon as we start playing that and we feel the new gameplay features, we feel the new engine, and we feel the whole difference compared to previous LEGO video games, that is going to give us a great idea on what the future holds for LEGO video games. And I'm saying LEGO video games quite a lot, maybe I should rein that down. I'm going to rain it down. So yeah, talking about the engine is completely brand new engine and everyone is excited to see how this plays out. So now that they've got a new engine, that is going to be pushing on to the future games, and it's going to be great because if this engine works and the engine is very, very good, then it means that all these future games that we get for LEGO are going to be fantastic, and we'll know exactly what we'll be getting as well after we play LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga. We're also going to be getting all the new mechanics, so there are now health bars on characters and you can aim down the sight of blasters, and the combat system's changing, so there's going to be combos, light attacks, heavy attacks, and I'm sure that is going to carry across to future games as well. So if you're playing such as a Marvel game or a DC game and you've got those superheroes, there'll be combos for the likes of Batman and stuff like that, where instead of just doing the basic attacks and constantly spamming one button, you'll be able to do a heavy attack. So maybe instead of just a small punch with Batman, you throw a really big punch. And obviously there'll be things that come in as well. If there is a Batman game, that you'll be able to use certain special skills and combos and all stuff like that to do more combat. Now, combat isn't the only thing, of course, there's loads of different things. So obviously free roam is taking a new level now in LEGO games. So the free roam is going to be huge across Star Wars. So especially if we get another LEGO Marvel game, there should be tons and tons of planets and tons of characters as well to play. I mean, there's 500 characters plus going to be in LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga. Not all of them that we're going to be able to play, but I'm pretty sure that most of them are going to be playable, which is really fun. But like I say, if they can have that many characters in that game, then in the future of LEGO games, there's going to be loads and loads of characters, and it's just going to be outstanding. So the whole point of this video, and what I'm trying to get across to you guys, is after we've played LEGO Star Wars, we're now going to see and know what the future holds for these games, especially with all the new features. Like I've mentioned, we've got combat, we've got free roam, we've got the dynamic planets coming in as well, so maybe that could take toll on some of the future games, whereas as you play out through the story, you can go back to different time zones, so that's a really cool feature. Hopefully they bring that in. And also, what about the fact that there could be multiplayer? If we get multiplayer in this next LEGO Star Wars game, then, well, why wouldn't they add it to future games as well? So if we get it in this one, maybe every single future LEGO game will have multiplayer, and they can expand on the ideas that we give them as well from each game to game. So if we go into this one and there is multiplayer, and maybe say it's only co-op, maybe they can push it a bit further in the next video game to give us something like, maybe even like deathmatch or open world free roam with characters as well online. I mean, they could take it really, really far with LEGO. There's so many options they could do, and maybe they could even do stuff like an MMO, so a massive multiplayer game, and a role-playing game as well, so where you just create your character, you go in a big open world, a bit like World of Warcraft, Guild Wars 2 if you've ever played them. Maybe they could do that with LEGO. That would be really, really fun. So you create your own character, you start off at the base level and you build up, you get new weapons, you go on quests and stuff, and you're just in a massive multiplayer world. It's completely free roam. That would be really cool. It's just thinking about the opportunities that they could do with LEGO video games. I can think of tons and tons of ideas. Obviously, the way LEGO video games go is they basically base them off franchises. So obviously, you've got Pirates of the Caribbean, you've got Marvel, you've got DC. Obviously, Star Wars is there, which everyone's excited for. And a lot of people saying this could be the last Star Wars game. I'm not sure it will, because it gets them bank. I mean, if you think about the amount of money they make off Star Wars, it's crazy. I feel if we're going to get another Star Wars game for LEGO, it'll be LEGO Star Wars The Clone Wars 2. I'm purely saying that because, well, the first Clone Wars only based off like the first or second season of the Clone Wars, and now there are 7. And it's also ended, so they'll be able to absolutely smash that out in a game and put all 7 seasons in. But I say that goes for a completely different video, as there's a lot to talk about that. But what I'm saying is there's so many more games that they can create, and maybe they can take them to new levels as well. Talking about the multiplayer, there's so many options there. So just to recap on what we got so far, I've spoke about future games that we could possibly get for titles such as Marvel, DC, Batman, and all the sorts of things, Doctor Who, Star Trek, James Bond, all of them sort of things. I've also spoke about the fact that we've got a new engine and what we can expect after playing LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga, the fact that we're going to be getting that in all LEGO future games. LEGO future games? future LEGO video games, and the fact that all these gameplay features are going to be pushed across as well, and how that is going to be developed in the new games, and they're going to create a better experience for us. So talking about experience leads me on to my last point, and that's the fact that we are getting next generation consoles. We are getting the PlayStation 5 and we're getting the Xbox Series X. Now what is exciting about this is if LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga isn't the first LEGO title to drop on these next gen consoles, then the next game that does come out, most probably next year for LEGO, will be the first one to drop on these next generation consoles. So what does that mean? That means that the performance of these games are going to be insane. We're talking 100 frames per second, a better resolution, quick loading times. I mean, these consoles got SSDs, which are solid state drives. That basically means that loading time is going to be non-existent, and it's just going to feel so much nicer, so smooth, and the quality of the gameplay and the resolution and the frames per second and the graphics are just going to be out of this world. I'm not saying that you're not going to be able to play LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga on next gen, because you will, because there's backwards compatibility, and I'm pretty sure, especially with the Xbox Series X, which I think I've heard, is that the performance will be upgraded even if you do play backwards compatibility. But what I'm saying is I'm not sure it's going to drop as a title for Xbox Series X or PlayStation 5. So that basically concludes that, is the fact that the next LEGO game after LEGO Star Wars could be our first title for next gen, and the fact that next generation is going to make these games feel so much smoother and feel a lot better than they currently do. And I'm so excited about it. I cannot wait. But other than that, guys, I feel that is what the future holds. It feels like we will find out what the future holds a lot more when we play this new game and when we get more news and gameplay out about it, because we will then get a feel for what is going to be the future of LEGO video games. But other than that, it's all about speculation, trying to think of what we're going to get. But we know we're going to get new gameplay features. We know we got a new engine coming. We know that there's going to be next generation's consoles coming this year and the performance is going to be a lot better. And we know that there's definitely going to be more LEGO games. They're not just going to stop there. I also want to talk about the fact that Microsoft have now taken interest in Warner Bros. But I will do that in a whole nother video, maybe the end of this week or going into next week. I will cover it if things get a lot more interesting, but there's not too much to say about it right now. But it's something that looks very promising and something I would quite enjoy. But like I say, I'll cover that in a separate video. Anyway guys, that is the end of the video. If you did enjoy it, be sure to hit that thumbs up, support your boy and give the channel a bit of support. And if you're new around here and you do enjoy this content and you want to stay up to date, be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn that notification bell on. But other than that guys, I thank you all so much for watching. May the force be with you, and I'll see you all in the next one.